Every day, your dog waits for the same small moments, not the big ones, not the walks, not the meals, not the toys, the small ones, the ones you don't even realize you're skipping. And those moments, they shape your dog's emotional world more than anything else. Today, I'll show you 9 things you rarely do for your dog, but should every single day. These aren't tricks or commands. They're science-backed habits that build trust, reduce anxiety, and deepen your bond in ways most owners never discover. If you love your dog, this video will change how you see them forever. 9. The 10-second ritual. Most dog owners talk to their dogs constantly. Commands, praise, baby talk. It's a stream of words, but there's something powerful that happens when you stop talking. Military researchers studying canine units found something surprising. Dogs who received silent eye contact from their handlers, just 10 to 15 seconds at a time, showed 40% lower cortisol levels during deployment. That's not training. That's not exercise. That's presence. See, your dog's amygdala, the part of the brain that processes fear, calms down during these wordless exchanges. Not staring, not commanding, just soft attention. And within seconds, their body floods with oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It's like a reset button for their nervous system, and it works best when you're not trying to make it work. No agenda, no good boy, just being there. Try it tonight. Sit beside your dog. Look at them gently. No words, no gestures, just presence. You'll feel it, and so will they. And if this is the kind of connection you want more of, hit subscribe, because your dog deserves this kind of love every day. 8. The forgotten zones. Most dog owners pet the same 3 places: the head, the back, and the belly. It's instinctive, it's familiar, but it's also incomplete, because beneath your dog's fur, there are zones of tension that almost no one ever touches. And they matter more than you think. Canine massage therapists have noticed a pattern. Dogs carry stress in places we never consider. Between their toes, for example, micro-knots build up from daily anxiety. When dogs feel nervous, they instinctively spread their toes, a subtle gesture that creates tiny tears in the connective tissue. Over time, this leads to chronic discomfort, even if they never limp. Now here's the breakthrough. Just 30 seconds of gentle massage between the toes can trigger a full-body relaxation response. The sensation travels through nerve pathways we've only recently mapped. And it's not just physical, it's emotional. But the real goldmine? It's the spot where your dog's front legs meet their chest. This area is almost impossible for them to reach on their own, and when you massage it, something remarkable happens. A study from UC Davis tracked dogs who received daily chest massages for 8 weeks. These weren't spa dogs, they were regular pets, but after consistent touch in that forgotten zone, they didn't just relax, they changed. Their posture improved, their confidence increased, and in public, they carried themselves with a new kind of calm. So tonight, when you sit with your dog, skip the usual belly rub. Go for the places they can't reach, the places they've been waiting for you to discover. If you're learning something new and want more science-backed dog care tips. 7. The power of choice. Your dog lives in a world of decisions, but almost none of them are theirs. We decide when they eat, where they sleep, when they go outside, what they play with, and even when they're allowed to rest. And while structure is important, there's a hidden cost to total control: the loss of agency. European researchers studying working dogs stumbled on something unexpected. Some handlers were inconsistent. They'd give a command, and if the dog didn't respond, they'd just shrug and move on. No correction, no pressure. Now, that sounds like poor training, right? But those dogs, the ones who occasionally ignored commands, actually outperformed the perfectly obedient ones in problem-solving tests. They were more confident, more curious, and more emotionally resilient. Why? Because they had choice. Even small moments of autonomy rewired their brains. So here's what you can do. Once a day, offer something optional. Hold out the leash. If they don't come immediately, put it away for 5 minutes. No disappointment, no reaction, just space. Some days, they'll refuse. Not because they don't want the walk, but because they're testing if the choice is real. And when they realize it is, their brain starts building new neural pathways tied to agency and trust. This isn't about letting your dog run wild. It's about giving them one moment a day where they get to decide. And that decision, even if it's small, makes them feel seen, respected, and safe. 6. The brain game. Your dog's brain doesn't shut off when you're busy. It just idles. While you cook dinner, answer emails, or scroll your phone, their mind enters a kind of screensaver mode. They're alert, but unstimulated. And that's where boredom and behavioral issues begin. But there's a simple 2-minute activity that lights up more brain regions than a full hour-long walk. And most owners have never tried it. Here's how. Take one piece of their regular kibble, not a treat, but their normal food. That matters, because regular food activates the brain's seeking system, not the reward system. Now hide it somewhere unusual, behind a chair leg, under a pillow, just out of sight. Let them find it. This tiny game does something remarkable. The Family Dog Project in Budapest studied dogs who played daily food hiding games. Those dogs retained cognitive function nearly 3 years longer than dogs who didn't. Why? Because this kind of search doesn't just trigger movement, it grows the brain. Specifically, the hippocampus, the region tied to emotional regulation and spatial memory, forms new neural connections when dogs navigate and sniff out regular food. And the challenge matters. Start easy, but gradually increase difficulty so they have to think, sniff, and remember. You're not just entertaining your dog, you're shaping their aging brain, and you're doing it with something you already have, their food. 5. The matching technique. You come home exhausted. Your dog is bouncing off the walls. Every instinct tells you to calm them down immediately, to shush, to redirect, to control. But there's a counterintuitive strategy that works far better, and it starts with doing the opposite. Ethologists studying free-living village dogs, the most genetically natural dogs on Earth, noticed something we've forgotten in modern homes. Before one dog tries to change another's energy, they match it first. That means when your dog is hyped up, you meet them at their level for just 20 seconds. Jump, greet, engage, then slowly guide them toward calm. This moment of synchronizing does something remarkable inside their brain. It strengthens a region called the anterior cingulate cortex, the part responsible for emotional flexibility. Dogs who experience this kind of matching show 50% less reactivity to sudden environmental changes. They learn that emotions aren't dangerous, that transitions are safe, and it works both ways. If your dog is quiet and resting, and you want to engage them in play or training, don't jolt them with sudden energy. Start where they are, match their state, then build up together. This principle extends far beyond just energy levels. It's about emotional respect. It's about showing your dog that you see them, not just their behavior, but their state of being. And when they feel seen, they feel safe. 4. The controlled chaos method. Dogs thrive on routine. It gives them structure, predictability, and a sense of safety. But here's the paradox. Too much routine can actually weaken their ability to adapt. Their wild ancestors encountered randomness daily, prey at different times, weather shifts, pack dynamics changing. Modern pets, on the other hand, live in rigid schedules. Same walk, same bowl, same time. And over time, their adaptability muscles atrophy. Veterinary behaviorists now recommend something called structured variation. It's simple. Change one tiny thing about a routine activity each day. Feed dinner 3 minutes early. Take a different route for the last 30 seconds of your walk. Use a different bowl. Keep 95% consistent, while the 5% variation prevents rigidity. MRI studies show this activates the same brain regions as environmental enrichment in zoo animals. Dogs practicing structured variation handle real disruptions, like moving homes or meeting new people, with far less distress. The key lies in making variations small enough to feel safe, but noticeable enough to require adaptation. It's not about chaos. It's about controlled unpredictability. And when you build that into their daily life, you're not just keeping things interesting, you're building emotional resilience. 3. The purpose problem. Search and rescue dogs show lower baseline cortisol than pet dogs, despite facing constant challenges. And it's not because they're more active. It's because they have something most pets desperately lack, a sense of being necessary. Your dog doesn't need to save lives, but they do need to feel essential to your daily routine. That sense of purpose changes everything. Pick one household task they own completely, carrying mail from the door to the kitchen, checking each room before bed. One border collie learned to put shoes by the door each morning and started waking up with visible anticipation. Brain scans reveal increased gray matter in regions associated with satisfaction and self-concept. And here's the twist. Dogs detect fake enthusiasm through chemical signals we don't even know we're releasing. So the job must be something you genuinely value. When your dog feels useful, they don't just behave better, they glow. Their posture changes, their eyes light up, and they start looking for ways to contribute more. Because just like humans, dogs thrive when they feel needed. 2. The consent game. We assume dogs always want affection, that every tail wag means pet me. But shelter dog research revealed something surprising. Even affection-seeking dogs only want touch about 60% of the times we offer it. The rest? Pure politeness. Dogs tolerate touch to please us. But inside, invisible stress builds. And over time, that politeness turns into withdrawal, anxiety, or even reactivity. There's a simple way to fix it. Pet your dog for 3 seconds. Then stop completely. Remove your hand. If they nudge, lean, or paw for more within 2 seconds, continue. If they don't actively request more, they were being polite. This tiny test, repeated daily, transforms trust. Dogs realize that touch is consensual, that they have a voice, and when that happens, something incredible unfolds. Threshold anxiety decreases. Previously distant dogs become Velcro dogs. They start communicating more clearly in every area of life. They become more expressive, more confident, and more emotionally secure. Because when you respect their boundaries, they open up, not just physically, but emotionally. 1. The chemical message. In the quiet moment before bed, your dog may curl up nearby, breathing softly, head tilted just so. To you, it feels like peace, but something deeper is happening. This is the perfect time to focus on the small things that make your dog uniquely yours. How they tilt their head when curious, the way their ears flick in response to sounds, the steady rhythm of their breathing when they feel safe. As you take in those details with genuine gratitude, your body responds. It releases a powerful mix of bonding chemicals, oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, and while it feels internal to you, your dog can actually smell that shift. In 2019, researchers confirmed that dogs have specialized chemoreceptors capable of detecting subtle emotional changes in humans. When you're truly feeling love, not just saying it, they sense it, not metaphorically, literally, and that has real neurological impact. Brain imaging shows that when a dog picks up on these chemicals from their bonded person, it activates their default mode network, the region linked to memory, self-awareness, and identity. In other words, your dog isn't just relaxing by your side. They're absorbing your emotional presence. And over time, those repeated, deeply felt moments contribute to how they define themselves and who they feel safe with. Because to your dog, love isn't a word, it's a chemical message, and they've been reading it all along.